Hello guys, welcome back to the channel for another tutorial. Blender 3D is a powerful and versatile open source 3D software that can be used for modeling, animation, simulations, and more. One of its most useful features is the ability to quickly and easily transform objects. In this tutorial, we will show you how to move, scale, and rotate objects in Blender 3D. We will also show you how to use axis and plane locking to make your life easier. So if you're ready to learn how to transform objects in Blender 3D, let's get started. First, we are going to see how to move the objects in Blender. If you know exactly how much you want to move the object, for example, let's just say you want to move this cube by 2 units in the X direction. You can head over to this Properties window and select Object Properties. Here you can see each and every option for transforming your object. You can change the location, you can rotate, and even you can scale the object. Now in location, give the X input as 2. As you can see, we have moved our cube in the X direction by 2 units. This is the same with all other axes. You can also move it in the 3D plane by giving inputs for all the 3 axes at the same time. To do this, just click and drag until you select all 3 inputs and then give an input, so that all the 3 axes will be having the same input. For instance, if you give 2 as the inputs for all the 3 axes, you can see the cube move to that place. You can also rotate the cube by just typing the angle by which you want to rotate the cube and in what direction. If you want to rotate the cube in X direction by the angle of 45 degrees, just type it in. You can also rotate in all 3 directions at the same time. One other thing we want to see here is this small drop-down box. For instance, we want to rotate this cube by 60 degrees in X-axis, 30 in Y-axis, and 90 in Z-axis. This drop-down menu has some options that lets you rotate the cube in different ways. By default, it will rotate the X-axis first, and then Y-axis, and then Z-axis. But using this option, you can change this order as you wish. You can scale your cube by doing exactly the same. Just type the value in the corresponding axis, so that you can scale your cube in that axis. If we want to scale it in X direction, type 5 and scale X-axis. You can also scale in all 3 directions just like before. If you don't want to go into the Properties window but you still want to do all these things, just press in. This will open up the sidebar where you can see the exact functions there. Another way to apply transformations is simply select the tools for it. Coming to the left of the viewport, we can see there is one separate tool for moving the object. Select this and you can see 3 arrows pointing each on all 3 axes. Click and drag any of the arrows to move it in that direction. It's that simple. Do this a couple of times and get used to it. If you take a look closely, you can see some little squares in it. This will move the cube respective to any of the 2 axes, so that you can move it along a plane. Clicking any one of the squares here will enable you to move the cube in a plane which excludes that axis. For example, if you click at the blue square right here, it will move the cube across the XY plane but not in the Z-axis. Even if you move the cursor vertically up and down, it will just move the cube farther away, or closer to the origin in the XY plane. The inner white ring is to move the cube in a free-form manner. Just click and drag and release it wherever you want to move the cube there. After this, select the Rotate tool and try to rotate the cube. You can see 4 rings here in this tool. Just like the Move tool, 3 rings lets you rotate in 3 different axes. Red to rotate along X-axis, green to rotate along Y-axis, and blue to rotate along Z-axis. The bigger outer white ring is to rotate your cube in a free-form manner but with respect to the field of view. To better understand this, if you try to freely rotate from this view, it will rotate the cube along the field of view. Hold Ctrl to rotate in even increments. You can see the bunch of ticks that goes around the circle. Try it from a different point of view to better understand this. Also, if you take the cursor closer to the origin, you can see there is a slightly highlighted inner circle, which enables the free rotation irrespective of the field of view. Click and drag to rotate the cube however you want. It's completely free rotation. Now, select the Scale tool and try to scale our cube. Just like the Rotation tool, the red arrow scales along the X-axis, green to scale along the Y-axis, and blue to scale along the Z-axis. The outer white ring is used to scale the cube in all 3 axes uniformly. Just left-click within that outer ring to scale the cube uniformly on all sides. Last but not least, select the Transform tool. In this tool, you can have all the 3 features within one tool. The arrows allow you to move, the small cubes allow you to scale, and the circles allow you to rotate. The inner ring is for free movement, the middle circular area is for free rotation, and the outer ring is to rotate the cube with respect to the field of view. In case if you want to use this tool by default, but you hate toggle between tools, just head over to this gizmo menu and check all these transform tools. And there you go. You will have all your transformation tools with each and every object. Now, the most important part, the keyboard shortcuts. The above methods are pretty basic and the obvious methods, but they are not efficient enough to include these in your workflow. It seems simple when you are working with just a single cube, but it won't be when you are working on bigger projects comparatively. So the most efficient way is to use keyboard shortcuts. To move, press G as in grab. As you can see, the object will move with the cursor. Just simply left-click on the viewport to let the cube to be moved there. Right-click if you want to cancel the movement. To rotate, press R as in rotate. Left-click to finalize the rotation and right-click to cancel it. Double-click R to enable free rotation. To scale, press S as in scale. Left-click to finalize and right-click to cancel it. With this, we've come to the end of the tutorial. We will see the rest about this topic in the next video. We hope you enjoyed our video about how to use Blender 3D to transform objects. It's always great when we can share a cool tech tip with our audience to help them get their hands dirty with the tool. If you are wanting to learn more about Blender 3D, please subscribe to our channel and share this with your friends. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys soon.